Heroes of Greyhawk is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language and explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name is Dave, your humble Dungeon Master, host, and pal, and ready to dive into another thrilling game of Heroes of Greyhawk with my friends who I play Heroes of Greyhawk with on a weekly basis because we like Heroes of Greyhawk, and I just said a weekly basic. That's the kind of night it's going to be tonight, my friends. Hi, welcome back. We are raising money for No Kid Hungry, and we're going to tell you a little bit about all that in just a minute. But first, I want to introduce you to my friends. Here they are, the Heroes of Greyhawk. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's been a long week. There's been a lot going on here at Guild Superior with the fundraiser. And holy mackerel, we are so close to hitting our goal. We set a 2-week goal of $2,500, and we are about less than $600 away, I think, at this point.
Wow.
Yep.
Ew.
So that is pretty awesome. We've got awesome partners that we've been working with, including Phoenix Iwaki and the Wanderers Haven, and all of the awesome players that have come together to get involved and help us do good things in the world, because we can do good things in the world. It's not that hard to do. We're doing it. You can too. All right, so let's go around the virtual tabletop and have everybody introduce themselves. Let's start tonight with Shelly. Hi, Shelly. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's really good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, I'm Shelly.
Good start.
Thanks.
Yes.
Not awkward.
Killing
Not
it.
at all.
That is true. I can confirm that.
You can find me on Twitter at Real Flea Monkey and plain old Flea Monkey on the chats and stuff. Tonight I'm playing Nori Bibblespark, who is pretty excited to go help her new friends out. Specifically, one of them's got a lot of problems. Let's go see how that goes.
Sure,
in
it's
the
going to be
swamp.
just fine. It's going to be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
Right, Andy? It's going to be fine.
This is going to roll 20s all night long.
Whoa, that's a big prediction. We'll find out. Andy, why don't you kick us off next? Introduce yourself. Who are you? Who is this guy?
Speaking of natural 20s, hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. You like how I gave myself my own segue there? That was
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yourself on the back.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D on the interwebs. Tonight, I will be playing Desmond Adelar, a 3rd level human rogue with lots of curses that has now resulted in him going into a swamp and looking for a witch to try to remove one of those curses.
Very normal.
I'm sure this witch is
okay.
super nice too.
I don't know where you guys got the idea that there's some witch out in the marsh.
Yeah. Well, Mona Blackwood. She sounds like a witch.
All right, fine.
Mona.
Well, we're gonna find out in just a minute, but first, let's meet Bleak. Hello, Bleak. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're playing
Hi.
tonight.
I'm not Shelly.
That's a good
That's for
distinction.
sure.
Yeah. Ouch.
Despite the similarities in
We got Team
appearance.
Shelly
That's
over
right.
here. Okay.
And I'm no 20 like Dez.
Must be twins.
Aww.
You're a solid
Like
19
21.
though.
Nice. Thanks. Yeah, I'm Bleak Season, the Bleak Season on Twitter. You can check out my website, bleakseason.com, and you can check me out here doing all sorts of action all the time. I'm playing tonight. We're still 3rd level. Wow.
That's as high as it
Jedi
goes, isn't it?
Dave.
I think that's as high
Still
as the
3rd
game
level,
goes.
and I'm still Lachlan Felspar, the Tempest Cleric, Dwarven Tempest Cleric, most electrifying man in Greyhawk. I don't know if we can call him.
That's a
man or
lot to
dwarf.
say.
That's always kind of weird.
He's a man
calling
dwarf.
Dwarf man, but I guess most electrifying dwarf in Greyhawk, and nanny to the rest of these clowns.
That's for sure. Well, we've got a natural 20 in Andy. We've got a natural 18 or
Andy.
19, debatable with Bleak. And let's go to our dirty 20. Ashley, how are you?
Heyo! Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter, and I am playing for you tonight Zenthi, the Golden Knight girl, the totally normal, for a human eyes girl. And she's feeling kind of bad because she gave Dez a dagger at one point, and it turned out to be super cursed. And now we have spiraled into crisis mode, where like hands are coming out and trying to murder him, and we have to do something about it.
Do we though? Do we?
That's
though?
a
To be
very
fair,
good summary.
Des really wanted that knife, though. He really wanted the dagger.
He probably still does.
He was-
I mean,
yeah, he still does.
he's compelled to want
He was stoked.
that dagger.
Mhm.
It's like his
Yeah.
blankie.
Oof.
Just Binky.
My precious.
But yeah, he's like what's his
Murder
name? Linus.
blankie.
He's like Linus and
Murder
that's his
blanket.
blanket.
Gross. Hey, look, guys.
Oh.
So great to have you back. We're out here today playing games, but yes, we are also raising money for No Kid Hungry. And Ashley's going to tell us a little bit about No Kid Hungry.
All right, you guys. As you probably know, we are not just here to play games today. We are here to raise some money for
Mhm.
No Kid Hungry, a fantastic organization whose primary goal is to end childhood hunger and ensure that children have access to healthy and nutritious meals. They support existing programs with funding, resources, and technical assistance, and have helped expand summer meal programs when many children do not have access to school-based meals. We're excited to be back for the third year of fundraising, and with your support, we will make a real difference in the lives of hungry children.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, donate. Help
Make
some
it rain.
kids.
Make it rain.
We are so close, you guys. Bleak, where are we at? Give us a real-time update, my friend.
Real time. We are at 1,920, which means we're $580 away
Oh my gosh.
from not only our goal,
Whoa.
but also the electrifying dance-off
Oh,
between D
shit.
and Dave.
I thought you
Well,
forgot
that's
about
right.
that.
You promised to dance off.
We're going to have to go back to the tapes to see if there was an actual promise. I don't
There
remember
were
that.
promises
There was
made.
Yeah.
a dual
No, there was.
promise.
Is that just if we make if the goal is made, or it's like,
No, if we go over it.
oh, okay.
So I got $1 sitting right here just for that. Did I
Oh,
say?
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that
Dollar
probably
dollar
deserves its
bills,
own
yo.
stream too.
At 11:59,
Oh.
if it's just that I'm going to pop that dollar in, sit back and enjoy.
A live stream dance off between
Look,
myself
I'm
and
not lying.
Phoenix Iwaki.
Hmm.
Canadian
that's-
dollar right here. For you, man.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay. I guess
In
it's,
American,
Is that
I
a
probably
loony?
I
need
guess
two
it's
of them.
true.
I probably need two to make an American dollar, but
that's true. It's all right.
You ever seen
Change
a
rates.
Canadian $2?
No, but I have a
Canadian
$2
$2.
bill.
It's not a loony, is it?
That's a $2.
I think they're all loonies up there.
Yeah.
There's the dollar, the loony.
Yeah, but this one they kind of call it the toonie. For
The loony and the
Oh.
toonie. Yeah.
Ah.
Boy,
That's what
that's
I
a
thought.
very intricate design. I like
yeah, I
it.
know. And when they first made them, that part in the middle would pop out all the time.
Oh,
So,
cool.
you know,
So you'd have like a donut coin.
but these are great. Like now you mostly pay with a card everywhere you go.
This is
But
good
back in the
content
day when
right
these
now.
first came
Yeah,
out,
go
you'd
ahead.
be like, man, I'm totally broke. You put your hand in your pocket and you'd pull out and you'd have like $20. But you'd feel like you only had like maybe like a handful of quarters or something. They were great, man.
God, it
As
must
a
be nice in
student-
Canada, huh?
As a student, these were fucking awesome.
Pockets
Tell
full
us-
of coins.
Pockets full of
Ching-a-ling-a-ling,
coins.
man.
Tell us
Wow.
more about
Insurance.
this magical land of Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah.
donut coins. All right, guys, look, I just put up on the screen, actually it's been up there for a while we were talking about currency, which is not why we're here tonight. Actually, we're here to raise currency for No Kid Hungry, and there's a donation board on the screen for you. If you want to make a donation, you can also influence the game. So you can donate $10 and a healing potion just magically appears. Or you can give advantages to the players, or your dungeon master. There's a lot of options there, so please check it out. I'll drop the link again into the chat. We have a couple more games this week on our end of things. Of course, Phoenix Iwaki streams 24/7, so there's going to be a bunch of games over on his channel. The Wanderers Haven has a bunch of great content going on this week, and we are hoping that by the end of this coming weekend, we will have exceeded our goal of 2,500. We can do it with your help, so please consider making a donation tonight to help us along the way. We are extremely honored to be part of this effort. Now, I also want to raise your attention to the fact that, hey, we've got a sponsor. CZRPG is still with us, still sponsoring the stream, helping us to provide you with some giveaways. So tonight, we will be giving away Amazing Encounters and Places, a digital copy of this amazing 304-page PDF that has 8 locations, 38 custom art pieces, 56 battle maps, 32 new player options. Andy, is this true? 66 stat blocks? Did somebody fact check this?
It is
This is
true.
Ridiculous. We're going to be giving this thing away at the end of tonight's stream. All you have to do to get in on the action is type !drawing in the chat, and you'll be entered to win. It's pretty simple. Andy's going to show you how to do it. Animal 666 is probably going to win, and I guess we'll find out at the end of tonight's stream.
So I don't know if Twitch froze for everybody else there, but on my screen, Twitch was frozen for a good bit.
You got to be
And
kidding
all
me.
of you, literally all of you were like this.
Oh, like, we were
And I
sad
was like
about
this.
it. Somebody screen cap that thing.
I tried. I
Seriously.
hit screen cap, but I don't know if it worked.
Oh man, I hope it did. That is the best. I love a good
know, it was
screen
awesome.
cap. Well, hopefully we're still live. I don't know. It's hard to say sometimes.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
frozen for
we're
me.
there. We're there.
Yeah,
All right,
we're
cool.
there.
Nor
It's
me.
fine.
Is there anything that we're forgetting to talk about? Oh yeah, a couple of different content pieces. We've got Shade Song on Thursday, right?
Yes, the finale.
The vault
The grand.
of the entire season. Season 2 finale. This is a big deal, guys. This is like the last episode of Friends. That's how big of a deal this is. This is like the
Probably
last
more like the
episode of
last
Golden
episode of
Girls.
Seinfeld.
Last episode of MASH.
Yeah.
This
Aw.
is a big deal. There's going to be tears. There's going to be
Cabinets.
Blood and
cabinets
gore.
and wigs. Everybody's wearing
Beautiful
wigs. It's going to be really cool. We also have a very special Friday night one shot of Blade Runner. That's going to be really fun. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll have exceeded our goals and everybody's going to be like, hell yeah, we did it. And then we can keep on supporting No Kid Hungry throughout the year with support and amplifying their message, because kids need to eat all year round. Am I right? I mean, that's just a fact, I think. Can somebody check that? I think that's true. Okay.
True.
Let's do this, guys. Let's get into some semblance of a game for tonight. I know Ashley's very excited. Look at
am I
her.
looking
She's
for?
like chomping at the bit. I'm very excited that you're excited. All right, my friends, let's get into a quick recap. In our last session, the party faced some very difficult decisions about where to go next and what to do. You checked in with Carson, your pal, the fishmonger, who you'd hired to provide you with information. Lachlan and Nori went down, talked to old Carson, got some intel about the curious cargo, which had made its way to Nulb from somewhere down south, and was being held in one of Talib's warehouses down by the docks. Pretty serious information. Meanwhile, Xanthi and Desmond visited with a pair of local herbalists, an old woman named Mother Scrang and her daughter, who attempted to sell the party a few herbal remedies for ailments, rashes, and whatnot, failing to recall a key ingredient for one of their possible curse-removing tonics. Skeptical, the herbalist suggested that the party seek out old Mona Blackwood, a very nice woman, grandmotherly type that lives out. I'm just kidding. They described her as an old crone living out in the Glazvolk Marsh. So with information in hand, the party returned to the Waterside Hotel. Had an early night, by all accounts. Desmond was approached by a dock worker who suggested that Des meet him down at the docks alone in the middle of the night to gather some information on Chiral, the druid that you have been searching for. That they'd have to speak down at the docks, and that Desmond should come alone seemed a little bit too suspicious to you guys. I don't know why. It was ridiculously tempting, and you guys discussed it extensively for a long time, which is what extensively means, before deciding that it was some kind of a trap and probably not the most important piece of information that the party could have gained about Chiral. Perhaps the secret cargo, and why not throw in the identity of Drew's Ashstaff's assassin, the location of Desmond's brother, the whereabouts of Spug's book, all kinds of possible juicy information. But no, you did not go for it. Instead, you retired to your room and opted for a restful sleep. Aha! But while the others slept, Desmond decided to pull out his cursed dagger, gazing into its gleaming blade and seeing faces, horrific visages appearing to almost be crying out in pain. Indeed, a faint whimpering was audible, rousing Nori, who apparently can hear the dead, and frightening Desmond, still clutching the weapon in his hand. Shadows began to pour forth from the dagger, forming a vague shape of hands, a pair, and then 2 pair, 4, 6 hands, clawing at Desmond's throat, strangling him with their grasp. With all the willpower that Desmond could muster, he sheathed the sword, and the shadowy hands were sucked back into the blade. And in the end, you survived and had a long rest. The next morning, you sought out the river barge pilot with fiery red hair, none other than Lucille and her crew. You attempted to negotiate passage on Lucille's skiff upriver to Twilight Falls, but decided that given the new information that had come to light about Desmond's dagger, that your next move was to pursue a cure to the curse, seeking out an old herbalist, the old Mona Blackwood, somewhere deep in the Glazvolk Marsh. And that, my friends, is where we find ourselves right now. It is not even midday in Nulb. You have gathered information. You have just made a decision saying farewell to Lucille, who is now heading off, perhaps, to Twilight Falls. What would you like to do, my friends, as you stand on the docks, having made your decision to go out in search of someone who lives out in the middle of nowhere?
All right, so do we need to maybe ask for directions, or like, I mean, we were already out there like yesterday, so like how hard could it be, right?
Well, the ladies at the herbalist, can't remember the name of the place, but they knew where it was, right?
Yeah, they said it was, you know, kind of out next to the cemetery. But we didn't see her.
We could always go as far as Hood, you know, the leech guy, and see what he has to say. I mean, he's further out there, so he probably has a good idea. If
He's out there, all right.
we
We-
can't figure it out
could
geographically
ask-
and mentally, yes.
We could ask Hood, you know, like if he could give us the rest of the directions to Mona's, or
Well, the people who told you to go see Mona, wouldn't they be able to tell you where to go?
I suppose.
Maybe go back to see the rash ladies and ask them to scribble some directions on a piece of paper.
I think that might be a good idea.
Could be anywhere in the swamp, you said, right? In a swamp.
Yeah.
I mean, they can be real big.
That's true. All right. Well, okay. So let's go to the herbalist first, and we'll ask them to maybe draw us a map.
You know, or at least tell us, like, turn left at the old cursed oak, and 600 yards later, turn right at the, you know, Fern Gully or whatever.
Make sure to jump over the pile of leeches.
All right. Let's go. Ugh.
So you guys are making your way back to the Mother Scrangs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mother Scrang.
Yep.
To get a map.
And yeah, you go back in there and you speak with Scrang. She gives you the best information that she can, which is go past the graveyard, look for the standing stones, and then you're just about there. Either that or it'll find you.
Do you
Okay.
Hmm.
The
do you think
swamp?
we should? Do you think we should bring her a gift or something?
What do you think she would like?
Smoked herring?
Small
Those
child.
Oh
fish?
yeah, maybe something from town.
Yeah, like those fish that your the fishmonger guy had. You know, those are really good.
Do you think a lady that lives in the swamp wants a fish present?
Yes.
For sure. Should
We should bring her some dry socks. This is an herbalist shop.
Mhm.
Do you have like like a nice little 4 or 5 pack of useful spices for cooking?
Of course, we've got all kinds of spices. Oh, right over here, young man. Bring your
Okay.
elderly friend with you if you like.
Come on, Gramps.
Yeah, we've got Majorum. We've got some sea salt that came in from the Azure. This is quite
Oh yeah, that's
quite
good. I'll take some of
expensive. Okay, well let's this whole
Okay,
vial
just wrap
here.
me 5 most popular
Okay,
cooking spices.
We've got some of this and some. Oh, this is a good one. She puts together a little bundle for you.
No
This will
cinnamon.
cost you
Fuck
2
cinnamon.
silver pieces.
2 silver
you go.
pieces. It's a deal. I'll even give you 3 here. Give him 3 silver pieces.
Wow, big spender.
That's right. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do you want us to bring anything to Mona or like bring anything back from Mona?
No, it would be best if you didn't even mention us.
Okay.
All
Not
right.
suspicious at all.
That seems
Do you know if she
normal.
likes anything in particular, like some fish or fresh
Likes?
baked bread, some baked goods, anything?
Well, everybody
Okay.
likes
Children?
baked goods. You might be onto something. I've never spent enough time with her to ask her what she likes.
What does she hate so we don't bring any of that?
Well, there's
you
a
said
long
something about-
list.
People?
Getting turned into a toad or something like that.
One of the things that she dislikes the most, I've heard, is visitors.
Oh,
Hmm.
good.
What would someone in a swamp need? Dry socks.
plastic baggies.
What's plastic?
It's like,
That's some weird gnome stuff.
Just new
We put our
technology.
cheese in it.
All right.
Well, let's go get her
Alright.
something sweet. Let's go
let's
get
get
her.
her. Yeah.
Is there like a baker in town, or should we go back to the inn?
Yeah, it's right back there, remember? We saw it on the way
we
into town.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
pretty
Yeah,
sure.
you did.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Thank you very much, ladies.
Good
Bye.
luck.
Let's go to the baker.
That didn't sound good.
Yeah, no, I think that
Are we sure
suspicious,
we
but
want to
yeah.
go out there?
We're committed. now.
Yes.
We're committed.
Des, you had some kind of weird episode last night, and there was hands and faces, and it wasn't good.
I don't think we should be worried about it either, about her. Maybe they had some kind of fight or something. You know, maybe she's fine. You know, maybe she's a fine lady that lives in the swamp, presumably by herself.
I'm just a
Just-
little nervous that it'll just make it worse.
Can it be
If
worse?
that's possible.
Oh yeah, I guess it could be worse. You know what
Not much.
my old granddad used to say? You can dither and dither and dither, but once you make a decision, you should forge ahead and see it through, regardless of what happens.
All right.
Dithering only leads to more dithering.
Well, we have to do this quick because it takes all day to get there. So
Yeah,
we don't
so-
want to be in the graveyard at night.
Let's go to the baker's and get some
Okay.
sweet. That travels well.
You basically cross the road and find yourself standing in front of this 1.5, maybe 2-story building that has sort of these sickly colored yellow walls on the outside. And you can smell the delicious aroma of pastries that's wafting throughout the air. There's a sign over the door that has carved into it like cakes and muffins and bread. So you pretty much know this is the bakery. And you can hear voices from inside. The door is open, the windows are open, and it's just the delicious smell of baked goods.
I think we should get her muffins. I think something that will work well in a moist environment might be the best thing. We don't want it to get like those hard breads, because then once it gets humid, it'll get gross, and she probably will get mad at us and kill us. So let's just get muffins.
All right, let's
I say we
All
just
right.
get her a little bit of everything.
just get
A
her a
platter.
little basket of goodies.
Right. Des will pay for it.
That should soften anyone's disposition.
That's what I'm hoping.
So Desmond, you lead the way into the bakery.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately upon entering, you see this portly man with this sort of scruffy beard and long grain hair, and he's got an apron on, and he's got dough in his hands, and he looks up at you and says, "Oh, 1 second, I'll be right with you. Welcome, welcome." And you can see him sort of like getting the dough off his hands and like throwing it down on the board that he's working, and he comes over and he's kind of like wiping his hands off on his apron. "All right, so baked goods, what can I get you? Cakes, you want muffins, we've got breads of all kind. What could it be?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a few loaves of bread.
Yeah, a couple loaves
A
of bread.
dozen
Starts moving
muffins.
as you're talking. He's moving and he's grabbing stuff and putting it in a sack.
We need a lovely gift basket for a very
Perfect.
impressive, important
Right.
woman.
Important, you say? Oh, well, you've come to the right place. 1 second. And he goes in and he's grabbing like all kinds of baked goods off the shelves and throwing it in this bag, and the bag's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then he says, "This important person,
I don't get into town a lot.
Oh, okay. All right, 1 second." And he goes back and he grabs a couple more things and he says, "I'm going to throw in some donut holes on the house." And he grabs some donut holes and throws them in the bag. And then he
Great.
lashes it up and puts it on the table, and it's huge. It's this huge bag of breads and muffins. And he says, "All right, let's see. That'll be, it'll be, 9 gold."
All right. Here you go.
Money well spent. Good investment. Nice doing business with you.
I'll carry it. And I grab it.
Oh, careful with that one, little one.
Yeah.
Put it on
those
my back.
Sticky fingers.
Can you carry it?
Gnomes are built for carrying baked goods.
I snip it a little bit too. But I got
Amazing.
it. I got it.
All right. All right, let's into the swamp.
Good luck. Don't let them get wet. They'll get moldy.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, do you want me to put it in like the bag of holding?
Oh. Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Is
Yes.
that possible? Can we get
Can
it
we
in
jam
there?
it all in there?
Unless
What
one of
if
the
it gets-
cakes is a cake of holding, in which case if you put the cake of holding inside a bag of holding,
Yeah,
be catastrophic.
Sandy takes that giant package of baked goods and just impossibly goes into this smaller bag and disappears. All good.
They'll
impressive.
be fine in there?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Good.
won't get wet and they, now they'll still age the same. So like if we left them in there for a week, they would still be like hard and gross. But
Okay.
Well, hopefully it won't take us that long.
Hopefully it is just a day. If that. It won't even be day old
that's
when
right.
she gets them
Same day baked goods.
delivered to your door. What would make anyone happier? Nothing.
Right. There's another business we could start, if we retired. Delivering goods.
Oh,
Like-
and we have coffee.
Yeah, right. We
We
can
have
deliver
an
coffee.
endless supply of fresh coffee.
Great way to make friends.
So go with the pastries.
Right, but don't tell her that we have that because, like, you never want to be like, we really, really need a favor, and like, we have these,
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
this really cool magical carafe, and she'll just ask for it.
It's
All right.
magical? I didn't know that. I thought you guys were brewing it at night all the time.
You never once were like, I've never seen you make the coffee, but there's always coffee.
No, I've never wondered. I mean, I was never always watching all three of you like all the time, like when we were getting ready, so I thought maybe someone was off percolating, but it's magical. That's amazing. Wow, I want that.
It's
It's me constantly
pretty amazing.
percolating. Anyway,
all right. We
let's
better go.
All right, so you guys head back out towards the old leech collector's place. You see his ramshackle hut where you left it last time. You don't see anybody about, but you hear as you pass by a dog barking from inside.
All right.
Must be nap time.
We don't want to stop because, like we'll get into a conversation. Boldly forward.
All right. You guys continue on into the Glazvolk Marsh, and it is dark and dreary place, as you recall. A place that is difficult to navigate. It is wet and miserable. I need all of you to make a survival check as you attempt to find your way back to your last known location, which was the cemetery, the old Glazvolk cemetery.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay.
22.
Very nice.
19.
14.
All right, nicely done. So yeah, with very little difficulty, you're able to follow the markings of vegetation or rocks or murky pools to find your way back to the cemetery. And at that point, you are now looking about and you're at the cemetery and you have a little bit of an idea of what to do next, but not a great one.
How big are these standing stones we're supposed to find? What did she make a gesture? Did she tell us?
You referencing the stones, the headstones and whatnot from the graveyard?
I think she would say headstones. So there should be some standing stones somewhere around here. Okay, let's nobody leave eyes shot, but let's all spread out and look for standing stones. Okay?
Bibbles, can you talk to the birds again, maybe?
I can try.
Ask them if there's something like a big stone somewhere.
I will speak with animals as per my ability.
I keep a very suspicious eye on that fucking graveyard at all times.
Understood. Yeah, you speak with the animals. Are you going to do any of your calling or anything of that nature, or you're just going to, how are you going to speak with them, I guess? Is my question to you, Shelley.
Are there any around?
It's pretty quiet.
About?
You hear crickets and you hear some frogs croaking.
I wonder, would frogs know about standing stones? I'm gonna pull out my bird whistle and play a little bit of bird music, and maybe in an attempt to summon some birds to my jaunty tune.
Frogs probably don't get around much.
Yeah. Oh.
Pretty sedentary. They're like
you begin to play your whistle, and you begin to hear in just a couple of moments the cacophony of calls from what can only be described as a large group of crows that fly
Perfect.
overhead. And they circle around the top of you as you're standing there looking up, playing, and then they fly off to the north.
I
Hmm.
feel like, that was weird.
I didn't get to ask them anything. They just flew off to the north.
Does that mean it's that way? To the north?
Unless they can read my mind, which I don't think crows can do. I mean, I have never seen that happen. I don't know where they're going. There's not anything visually appealing to the north, is there? Where they went?
Give me an investigation check.
Well,
You can see sort of what appears to be a game trail, maybe deer or boars or some animals that have made a bit of a trail that heads off to the north, approximating the direction that the crows flew.
those crows might have been going for some dinner. I don't know. It can't be the stones, at least not on purpose.
Well, it looks
Um,
dry anyway. If the animals are choosing it, that's probably a good way to go.
Well, let's go over there and see if we can see any standing stones, because that would be, that would confirm that that's the direction we're supposed to be going.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout for any small beasts that I could speak with too, like as we're moving along, like, squirrels or I don't know, raccoons or something. Small beasts.
Okay. You guys continue following the game trail as best you can to the north, avoiding some of the deeper water areas of the marsh, your feet getting fairly wet along the way. And as you're moving forward, Shelly, Nori, keeping a watch on for animals and critters to speak with, you hear movement up above. Ahead of you, I should say, on the trail.
I get still and guys, I heard something.
Des will pull out his crossbow. Just have it ready, just in case.
Something like what? Like that owl? Is that owl back? That fucking owl.
I don't know, it's creepy here, isn't it? I mean,
Oh, it is a
Island in here?
cemetery.
Yeah, we are creeping
You
around. the
hear something from
cemetery, yeah.
behind. Branch snapping, perhaps. Or maybe it was a splash of something in the water.
I mean, should we go back? Because I don't see any standing stones, so I don't know where we're going.
I think we're in the swamp, right? Isn't it wet here?
It's very wet.
But that doesn't. Yeah. Should we go back?
Mm-hmm.
Let's maybe just go a little bit further. I mean, they didn't give us a
Sure.
direction on where these stones were.
Said it was right next. The standing stones were next to the graveyard.
They said past the graveyard, and we went past the graveyard.
Did
Did we
we
go far enough
approach?
past?
Did we approach the graveyard from the south?
Mhm.
Okay.
So you guys have basically gone like past the leech collector's place, past the graveyard to the north.
Okay. All right, a little bit further, but if the road gets washed out, then let's not go any further.
There somewhere nearby a tree or something I could cut off like a fairly long stick, like 6 to 8 feet, even if it's crooked, to be able to take soundings.
Yeah, absolutely. You could grab an old branch off a tree. Mm-hmm.
Do that. And just, test the ground ahead if it starts to look like it's getting spongy.
So you're leading the marching order, I'm assuming, then?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You continue just a little bit farther, and Lachlan, as you're testing the ground to see how wet it is or if it's, if it's dangerous or passable, you see up ahead what appears to be a small wooden, fairly dilapidated bridge that crosses some open water. And you can also see that hanging in this open water area is sort of this fog, this dense fog kind of hanging low, which seems strange. And at this point, you kind of all look about and you can see that the marsh around you has sort of like filled in with this strange sort of creeping fog.
Well, the bridge bothers me a little because I would think that they would have mentioned the bridge. Like that's something that you would kind of recall and mention if you're giving directions to someone. But, you know, well, might as well cross it since we're there.
It's possible we missed the standing stones, and once you see the stones, if you go straight, they wouldn't have mentioned anything else. If we're headed in the right direction.
See any more of those crows anywhere?
Do I?
Give me a
Do I
perception check,
hear
Nori.
any? Okay. $21.
Oh boy. You can look out and see what Lachlan is talking about with the bridge that's kind of extending over this wet area, and you can see that there is a tree nearby, and in that tree it is filled with crows.
Oh. Over there, you guys. They're all in that tree. Up there.
Okay, so Xanthe will reach into the bag of holding and take out one of those muffins and hand it to Nori and say, you know, like a bribe is usually a really good thing. If you want to crumble that up.
Okay. Give me this. I take a tiny bite and then crumble it up. You guys want me to go ahead then? I will. I mean, I'm happy to. I'm probably the lightest. I won't collapse the bridge. I'm sure of it.
Well, you know, like go entice those crows to like come over. We can have a conversation. You can have a conversation because our conversations with crows would be one-sided.
Probably don't need to go on the bridge.
Yeah, does she need to cross the bridge to get to that tree?
It depends on what you're trying to do. To get to the tree, yes. If you want to get to the tree, you'd have to cross the bridge.
Des, could you use your hand thingy to drop the food over there?
Yeah, I could do that. How long is the bridge?
Oh, I would say it's probably about 15 feet long. It looks pretty rickety.
Well, I think the whole point is to get the crows to talk to Nori, though, right?
Yes.
The crows are very smart, but
if you make a trail, like if you drop a little bit of food and then drop a little bit so that they come closer and then eventually.
All right.
The thought.
I got this, you guys. I can do this. Stay back here. And I'll go out to the edge of the bridge, not get on it. How far is the bridge from the tree?
Oh, it's probably about 20, 25 feet from the tree, I would say, that they're in.
Okay.
And you can see as you walk closer to the bridge, there's like this vegetated edge that sort of hangs over the water, and there's all this movement in the grass as these frogs like leap into the water and swim away as you approach.
Well, it's daytime. I can't really
It seems like
see
daytime,
any
but
houses.
It's dark.
Yeah, okay.
Xanthe will just like call out and be like, hey, crow friends, we brought some food if you want to come talk.
I'll hold up the crumbs.
Thanks, Blue Box. Appreciate the raid, you guys.
And I'll make my best crow noises.
Okay.
And I'll start kind of like walking back and flicking crumbs out, walking backwards, carefully watching where I step back to my people.
Okay, give me a performance check. And a big shout out to our friends from Blue Box. Thanks for jumping in here, folks. As a reminder, you probably remember this from last week, we are running our No Kid Hungry fundraising stream. This is our last week. We are less than $600 away from our goal. If you're interested in donating, I will drop the link in the chat. Otherwise, great to see you all, and thanks for being here. All right, Nori, what'd you get for your performance check?
13.
13. All right. So you watch as a couple of the crows kind of jump out of the tree and fly down, sort of gliding without even flapping their wings, and they just land on the ground near the closest bit of muffin, and they peck at it. A couple more come down, land on the ground, and they're eating, and they start to kind of like push each other around and peck at each other a little bit, fighting a little for the crumbs that you're dropping on the ground.
Good, right?
I will hold the rest in my hand, and if they want to, they're going to be probably pretty big to land on my hand. I'm going to flick the rest on the ground right in front of me. And I will try to ask them with my speak with small beasts. Are they beasts?
Mm-hmm.
Would that work? Okay. I'm going to ask them if they've seen more people like us. I'll point at everybody. And ask them if they've seen more of those.
A house.
Or
Here.
a structure.
You speak to them, right? And they just go absolutely batshit crazy. They're just cawing and calling, and the rest of them come down and land on the ground in front of you. And they're just all over the ground, pecking at the ground, and they're coming up like towards you, like trying to peck for more food.
Yeah, I brush everything off and show them I've got nothing.
What did you say to them? You insult their mothers?
No, of course not. I asked them about people that look like us in a structure that we might live in.
Yeah, that might be a little complicated for them.
Hey, thanks for the donation. Appreciate that. I don't know what it was for, Bleak. If you could check on that, that'd be awesome. As you have this, thanks, Phantom. Hey, all right, you guys have a greater healing potion. Thank you so much, Rob. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, Robin.
As you put the rest of the crumbs down and they just go crazy over the food that you've laid out on the ground for them. Of course, there's not enough for all of them. There's probably like 24 crows. They all of a sudden flush, calling out as they fly away, and they fly across the bridge, back down towards the tree that they were perched in, but beyond the tree, and they disappear into the mists.
Is that where the trail keeps going?
The trail keeps going, yeah. You can see just beyond the bridge that the trail continues. There's like this old, very probably seldom used trail. Who knows who maintains this bridge?
You guys, I think that worked. I think they're this way. And I start going.
Okay. It's a good lead. Scanthy follows.
Yeah. How's the bridge look?
It looks pretty rickety.
Maybe go one at a time. Right?
Okay.
I'll run up on it.
There goes Bibbles.
Nori weighs
Hardly
30
knew you.
pounds, so.
Give me a dexterity saving throw, Nori, as you run across.
Oh, 6.
Uh-oh.
6. Yeah, you run across, your foot snaps through one of the old mildewed boards. You kind of trip on it, catch yourself, and you keep going, and another one, your foot goes through the other foot, through another wet board, and finally you make it to the other side, and you look back, and the bridge is just kind of like teetering.
Oh, that doesn't look good at all.
Don't step there or there or there. And I point to all the spots I broke through.
All right, well, apparently we can't cross, so we're going to head back to town.
Whoa, wait.
I can do something. Des will take a 10-foot running jump using his ring of jumping.
Oh, yeah.
And jump over the bridge to the other side.
I got you.
Catch him.
You very agile, like, jump across the gap and make it to the other side with no problem.
And then I'll take my rope out of the pack and throw it back over the bridge. So there's at least something to hold on to.
Just use your hand and send us the ring.
You would have to attune to it. It would take forever.
Right.
Oh, fucking attunement. That's right.
Okay. Xanthi will pick up the rope and hand the end to Lachlan, and then try to make her way over the bridge.
So hopefully Nori can kind of pull herself with that rope. I'll be holding on to the other side. Unless there's something to tie it to.
Oh, Xanthi? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Xanthi, go ahead and give me a dexterity save, but you can roll with advantage as you are being helped by the rope.
These dice are going in the dice jail. I got a 2 and then I rolled a 1. So I'll
No.
take the 2. For
Ooh.
a
Plus?
what was the roll? What do I add to it?
It's a dexterity
dex
saving
Dex
throw.
save.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would make it a 4.
Ooh.
Like, is it even worth trying to add? Yeah, actually, okay. I will use my favored by the gods.
Oh. All right.
To try to make this a little bit better. And add 2d4 to that roll. Let's see
The
what
4?
I know. But-
Might not be worth it.
It's always worth
so
it.
that's another 5.
Go
So
for
that makes it a 9. Still bad though.
The 9 is still bad. Yeah, you break through the bridge itself, and it starts to fall, and it snaps in half, and you get very wet as you slide into the water a little bit. But you're able to pull yourself with the rope and get to the other side. But the bridge is now basically sunk in on both sides into the water.
Sorry.
Is Nori across now?
Nori, Xanthi, and
made
you are across.
All right.
I was the
Lachlan's on the
first
other
one.
side.
All right, Lachlan. I almost called you Bleak. Lachlan, just swim.
Well, I'm thinking maybe we can just walk around to the other side and go to the other bridge there. What's that situation, Dave?
That's wet. All that is wet there on that area. Don't worry about the map. You're
Lachlan,
going
just
across.
come.
You have to get across the bridge somehow.
I'll pull all the leeches off you after you get here right away.
Got
Oh
about
god,
Spud.
I had forgotten about the leeches.
I'll get them off right away.
Spug, how are you gonna get across? Can you swim?
I guess I'll just
I was kidding.
wade
Just
across.
take the
I'll-
rope.
All right, so I'll take a rope and I'll tie Spug off, and then I'll tie him off to
Well, I'll
myself.
tie myself off.
I just want you to be tied to me so that you don't,
Yeah, but you're kind of heavy. You'll sink.
Fine, fucking sort yourself out and then untie him.
He is going
And,
to
yeah.
attempt to get across with advantage. Who wants to roll for Spug?
I will.
All right.
19.
19 for Spug.
It was with advantage, right?
Yeah, with advantage because he's using the rope.
We adding anything to that or?
Well, whatever his dex save
Yeah,
is.
yeah, that's
okay.
probably just a straight roll. So that's good. Yeah, he definitely slips down into the water a little bit on the slippery boards of the bridge, but makes it up to the other side. And he's pretty wet. He takes off one of his boots and dumps it out, and there's just water that pours out of it. Oh, I'm gonna get athlete's foot for sure.
Check for leeches. I got 16 on my thing.
Yeah, same for you, Lachlan. You do break through some of the boards a little bit more. These things are pretty rickety and they've been wet for a long time. You get wet, your boots are wet, and you eventually make it to the other side. And as you do, Nori, you hear something behind you, and you look up as there are a number of individuals that have just emerged from the mists. And they have a surprise action on you because you guys were paying attention to getting your way across the bridge, and they were waiting for you on the other side. So they are going to take a couple of crossbow shots at you as we get into a little combat. Everybody, go ahead and roll initiative.
That Brock?
Yeah, that guy looks like.
He's
That's
been
Brock
waiting
shooting,
this whole
man.
time for his revenge.
They all
Look,
like
does he
Brock.
have shoes on? Nice.
All right. Nori, one shot comes at you. It misses with a 3. A shot comes at Desmond, 7 misses. Another shot misses Xanthi with a 6. Ooh, but at one, the last one is a 19 to hit you, my friend. The dwarf.
Lachlan?
Yeah,
Does that hit?
yeah, of course.
Thank you. You will take a total of 6 piercing damage as you take a crossbow bolt into the chest.
Ow! What the fuck?
All right, let's get some initiative, my friends. 25 to 20.
20.
20 for Xanthi. All right. 15 to 20.
19.
19 for Lachlan.
We usually go pretty slow. Good. What's the big idea? We're just trying to
10 to
cross a bridge.
15.
12.
10 for Des.
12 and 10. Okay. 12 for Nori. All right, Xanthi, you're at the top of the order. You see these arrows fly past, and then one hits Lachlan in the chest. What would you like to do?
Well, she is going to cast mage armor on herself. First
Smart.
thing. And then she's going to look for cover, and then if she can find any, she's gonna like tuck and roll for some cover.
Okay. Yeah, you can probably, so if you look on the map, let me bring the map up for folks who are hanging out with us here. If you look at the map here, there is a tree right here that could provide you with some cover down by the edge of the water line. That, unless you go back across the bridge, which you could totally do, that's probably the only cover that you've got is that tree.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, she'll do that. Move her.
Oh, should someone roll for Spug?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for Spug for initiative. That'd be great.
8 plus whatever his initiative
Okay.
is.
All right, so he's at the bottom of the order. All right, so Xanthi, you're going to take a cover? Are you going to take an action? Are you going to like
my
try
action
to?
was the spell of casting.
Oh,
mage
right.
armor.
All right, so you do that, and then it is Lachlan's turn.
What the hell is the big idea? I says I draw my sword. Hey. What's wrong with you?
You've been asking too many questions. It's time to die.
Oh, these guys, huh?
They followed us all the way out here to say we asked too many questions.
Well, we took the
Aw.
road.
There's a road.
Ah! We've been out here for hours.
Where's this bridge lead?
Curses, I got a dirty 20 on the hit.
Okay,
Actually, a 21, actually, to be honest.
it's nice when
You
you're
could have
honest.
asked us your questions at the fucking village, you dumbasses.
Wow. All right,
7,
roll
8,
me some damage.
11 points of damage.
Okey
10
doke.
points of damage, sorry.
All right.
You bloody. Yeah.
Anything else from Lachlan?
Yeah. As a bonus action, I'm gonna drop. As a bonus action. I'm going to drop my spiritual weapon. Oops. The hell? Right behind that sucker.
Okay. You get to attack him in this at the bonus action as well.
Yep. Working on it. 20, dirty 20, man. And it's D8 plus 3. I have a D8 somewhere. 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right, that brings us to the dudes, the highwaymen. All right, the one that is number 1 here. We'll zoom in a little bit.
Rock.
Number 1 right here is going to take another shot at Nori with the crossbow. That's a natural 20, Nori. I'm very sorry about that. So that's going to be a total of 16 piercing damage.
Okay.
Ouch.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
That's harsh. All right. Just so that our friends in the chat know, if you want to help our players out, there's healing potions. If you want to make a donation to No Kids Hungry, you can do healing potions and advantages.
I'm not
All right.
fine.
Number 2 is going to take a swing at you, Lachlan, with a great axe. I do not think that's going to hit. That's an 11. Pretty sure that doesn't hit you.
Nope.
All right. So number 3 is going to move forward and attack you as well with a scimitar attack. 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. That's going to be a total of 4 slashing damage.
Wow.
And then let's see. This guy is going to run about 30 feet. These guys are going to move up as well. And 2 of them are going to get shots with crossbows. 1 at Nori, 1 at Desmond. First one at Nori is a 14. I don't think that hits you, does it?
No.
And at Desmond, Desmond, that is a dirty 20.
Yep.
9 piercing damage, Desmond, as you take a bolt to the shoulder.
Right.
That brings us to Nori. It's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Blur as an action.
Ooh, nice. What does
I
that
do
do?
not have a healing potion. It makes it so that they have to roll at a disadvantage to hit me for a minute.
Is that concentration or is it just for a minute?
It is. I think it's concentration. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it's concentration.
And we'll give you a little blue circle. You're concentrating. All right. So does that takes your action, or is that a bonus
Takes my
action? Okay.
No, it's an action.
Okay.
And my movement. I'm gonna run over. Kind of over there.
Should we establish who has Phantom NJ's healing potion right now? Who would have that?
Just roll a D4 and see.
Go ahead, Lachlan. Roll a D4.
We'll do it in order that you're on my screen. 2, it's Nori.
Oh.
That's a grader too, right?
Yep.
Nice.
How convenient.
It's how convenient.
Well, it's Dave, me, Shelly.
It's all good.
No, I'm not saying
Ashley,
you
and
cheated. I'm
then-
saying it's just the
Desmond, it's your turn, buddy.
us.
All right. Dez is going to see Lachlan in trouble over here. He's going to turn to Spug first and say, take cover with Xanthi and shoot firebolts at these fools. And then he's going to run
Oh, okay.
straight at this guy. And when he gets there, the dagger is already in his hand.
Okay.
And he's going to give him a stick.
Wow.
I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay.
Thanks, chat.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's going to be 18 to hit.
Yes, that will definitely hit.
It's the one to the number 3.
Mm-hmm. And you're going to get your sneak attack damage on this too, because he's within 5 feet of an ally.
$17.
17 damage?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. You drive the blade into this guy, and as you do, you just hear this scream. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Desmond. He howls in pain, but it's not him that you hear. It's something coming from the dagger itself.
Okay, I'm gonna use another one of my advantages. A wisdom, you said?
I did.
Wisdom save?
Yep.
13.
Oh, all right. Give me a D12 roll.
Oh boy. A 5.
A 5. The dagger begins to vibrate in your hand, and instinctively you lash out and cut the person next to you. There are 3 people within reach.
No.
The guy that you cut drops to the ground dead. Give me a D6 roll, please. 1 or 2, it's the guy that you're fighting. 3 or 4, it's Lachlan. 5 or 6, it's Nori.
That's a 5.
You cut Nori just instinctively without even thinking about it. You slit this guy's throat. He drops and howls. The blade cries out in like glee, and you just turn and cut into Nori. Give me an attack roll, or give me a damage roll, please. You do not get your sneak attack on this because you already got it.
A 1. Plus.
Yep.
So it'd be 6.
Nori, you take 6 slashing damage or piercing damage as he drives the blade into you. Desmond, you look up in horror as you pull the blade out, and this gout of blood just falls onto the ground. Anything else from Desmond?
Is Nori still up?
1 hit point.
1 hit point.
Do you say anything to Nori? Nori, you look at Desmond, and his eyes are just bloodshot red, and he's just shaking, but he looks like shocked.
Just kind of in disbelief, Desmond's gonna bonus action disengage. To here, to the other side of this. He's just trying to back away from everybody.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. That brings us to Spugnoir. Spugnoir is going to take your advice, and he's going to get back here with Xanthi. And go ahead, and who is he going to attack, Andy? I'll let you run Spug.
Number 1. Looks like he could hit that guy.
Yep, go ahead and make an attack roll, please.
All right.
Do you have the character sheet out?
No, I don't, but I can.
Yeah, he's got magic missile, mage armor, and
Shield, sleep, dark vision.
Firebolt, I think.
Oh, wait,
firebolt is his main go-to. Or
what's his attack bonus then?
+5.
Okay, so that's a 17 to hit, Dave.
That will hit.
And then it's 1d10. Why can't I find it? It's a 6.
6 damage. Okay. Yeah, he fires off the bolt and it hits this guy. He just looks over as he draws his scimitar and gets ready to attack. That brings us to the top of the order, Xanthi. You watched as Desmond somehow ended up stabbing Nori, and then like walked away as quickly as he could and got to the other side.
Oh God, Nori, are you okay?
She's not okay.
No, I'm not.
Oh no. Okay. Shoot. You know what? She's gonna cast magic missile at 2nd level and just see like how many of these guys she can get rid of. Like she's gonna go for the weakest guys just to kind of like, or the guys who look the weakest, to try to just knock people out if she can.
Okay.
So magic missile at 2nd level, I get 4 darts, so I get 4 people I can hit, and I'll just try to hit 4 different people. And then it's okay, it's D4. So I get a 5 on one of them, another 5 on one of them, a 4 on one of them, and a 3 on one of them. Rolled really well.
All right. The only guy that I think you probably wouldn't be going for is the one that's almost fully concealed in between Desmond and Lachlan, but you hit all the other ones. And the one that takes it the hardest is number 1 here. This fella. Right here. Yeah, he's not looking good at all. All right. Do you want to move?
And then I'm gonna run over to Nori. And oh man, what do I got? What do I got in my bag?
I tried to line us up for a Hamlet handshake, but maybe that's not
What's a
gonna work here.
handshake?
That's not
It's a double.
you'll see.
It's a twin spell heal. I don't think I have my own healing potion. I think you've got the healing potion. I could heal you next turn. Or it's like round. I don't know.
What's
Just
around?
a minute.
It's okay.
What's around?
All right, Lachlan.
I'm going to move my Hand of God over here. Smack that guy upside the head.
Sounds fully reasonable.
Yeah, that's a 19.
That will hit.
And that will be. Where's my D8? That'll be 8 points of damage.
All right.
Then I'm going to cast Fog. It's 20 feet. Fog radius. It's 15. Good enough, anyways. I'm going to cast it here to obscure us from the dudes with the crossbows.
Okay. All right. Anything else for your turn? You want to move or stay right where you're at?
Yeah, I'm going to stay right where I'm at.
All right. Okay, so let's see. Number 1 is going to move over to Xanthi and take an attack with his scimitar at Xanthi. That is going to be, I believe, a 17 to hit.
Shield. Shield pops up.
Okay.
And her armor class becomes 20.
Okay, so that does not hit. You blast up this arcane shield, and his scimitar just scratches across it, and he growls. And number 2 is going to take another swing at Lachlan. I can't remember if I have any advantages. Oh, yes, I do. All right, so I'm going to swing with advantage at Lachlan.
I thought we were friends, man.
I mean, this is just the guy attacking you. It has nothing to do with me.
I never use my advantages against you.
All
will
right, that is a 19 to hit.
Yep. Oh,
And that is going to be, actually it's more than that, it's 24 to hit. 11 slashing damage.
well, that's horrible.
And let's see. These guys are going to run towards you. I want to see about how far away they are. Is there a ruler, isn't there? Yeah, there it is. So 30 feet is right there. All right. So they're going to try to run around the fog. Number 4 is going to take a crossbow shot at Desmond. That's going to miss. I rolled a 6. The other guy is going to use his action to close the rest of the distance and get into melee range, although he won't be able to attack. And then this other guy on the south side is going to take a shot at Spug. No!
No, Spuggy. Does he have any cover?
Ooh, he does not have cover. Well, no, I don't think he does. Not from that
Not in
shot.
that direction.
Yeah. That is a 19 to hit Spug. I'm pretty sure that hits him.
Yeah, probably does.
You're keeping track of his hit points? Ooh, I just rolled an 8 on the die.
I got a sheet out.
You got a
Just-
sheet, Lachlan?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a sheet.
Bleak?
8 damage.
Mixed up.
8 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And that brings us to Nori.
I will consume the potion.
Thank you, Rob.
Very smart.
Greater healing is 44 plus 4. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that what this one is?
Yeah.
All fours.
So useful.
Pretty good though. Not all 4s, but 17 back.
Nice.
Damn, that's awesome.
This is a good roll.
That was.
Thank you, Phantom NJ.
Thank you.
For the kids.
And that is an action to quaff a potion, right?
Bonus action.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yep.
okay. Then I will actually I will have Orvan's Gladius appear in my hand
There we go.
and slash number 1.
Take out number 1.
Don't you hit my Xanthi. 16?
16 will hit.
Right, all right. Darn it. Okay.
What happened?
That is 8 damage.
8 damage. Yeah, he goes down. You cut him down. He was looking pretty bad, running up towards you and Xanthi. And as he runs in and tries to attack Xanthi, you just dip and cut him with Orvan's Gladius, and he drops to the ground.
I will, that's my turn. That's my turn right there.
That's a great turn. All right, that brings us to Desmond.
Okay. Can Des drop the dagger?
No.
So his one hand is shaking. He's going to
Let's put it this way: your hand is shaking as you're gripping the dagger, and you know what you just did. But as you turn and like look at a target, a human target, your hand goes completely still, as if you know exactly what needs to be done.
All right, I'm gonna attack this guy in front of me. I'm gonna burn another advantage because I got a lot of them last game.
You going after number 2 there?
Yeah, the one between me and Lachlan.
Yep. All right, and you will get your sneak attack damage on this.
I just rolled 2 natural 20s.
Ooh,
Whoa.
damn.
That dagger, man.
Nice. It
I'll
wants
take a picture of that.
blood.
I'll put that in
Wants to
Discord.
drink the
That
blood.
is sweet. This dagger wants to kill.
Kill, 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 kill.
Gah, 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 gah.
All right, damage.
Lots of damage, please.
So that's 15 damage, 15 piercing.
That's with the sneak attack?
Yeah, that's with sneak attack.
And
but then it's
and
crit,
the critical
so
damage?
you double. Oh, it's max dice plus.
Yep.
What is it?
So you roll damage like you normally would, but then you add the max dice. Not that you don't add
Okay,
the bonus
so-
again though.
That would be 15 plus 16. So it'd be 31.
31 damage.
Mm-hmm.
He's still up, but he's not happy about what you just did to him.
He's still up.
Mm-hmm. Give me a
Oh,
wisdom
boy.
saving throw.
Okay. I have a lot of advantages, so I'm going to use another advantage for this.
I would.
Make it rain
Okay,
advantage.
that's much better. I didn't roll well last time. That's 17 plus total of 19.
19. Yeah, you're like trying to almost fight the dagger, and your hand starts to shake again, and you just see like this moisture and condensation as you exhale. You can see your breath. It's like cold. You have the shiver across your body, but you don't stab a friend.
Yeah,
So that's
a plus.
I mean that's a bonus. That brings us to Spug Noir. What's Spug gonna do?
Real quick. Can I see that? Is this big icon something happening in the?
That's fog.
Oh,
It's
I
a
might have
fog
missed that.
cloud.
Okay. So I definitely can't see the guy that shot Spug. Right?
Not from where you are. No.
Spug is going to
Cast mage armor.
move up here.
Yeah, if he has it, he probably would.
And do you want to run the character?
Well, no. I mean, it's your turn.
And I was talking to Dave. Yeah, he'll cast mage armor.
No, you go ahead, Chris. Do it.
No, he casts mage armor.
That's a smart move.
And does he have any bonus action he can do? Nope. He
All
got
right,
nothing.
that brings us to Xanthi.
He'll be like, we're in a tight spot now.
Xanthi is, oh gosh, do I want to use that? She's gonna use a regular magic missile. That is 3 shots, and she is going to go for. I think she can see 6 just off the side. Of the fog
Yeah, I would
cloud.
say so. Yeah.
And she can see 5. So I think 2 on number 6 and 1 on number 5.
Okay.
Okay.
That sounds good.
So the first 2 are a 5 and a 5. And then the last one is a 3.
Okay. All right. Doesn't drop him,
Ow.
but the number 6 kind of like stumbles a little bit as he's running in that sort of wet ground near the edge of the water. As he gets
Xanthi will
hit.
shout out, I got more of this if you want it!
Nice. Lachlan.
I'm going to attack with the spinning blade of doom. Oh, and probably missed. That's a 15.
No, 15 hits.
Oh, fuck, sweet. 6 points on number 2.
All right. Number 2 goes down
Oh, nice.
as you cut through him with the spiritual weapon.
And then I can only go 20 feet with it. So that's going to take me there. So I'm going to move it there. And then not disengaging, but I'm going to stay in combat, but I'm going to step here. And then I'm going to whack that guy with my sword.
All right. Number 5 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
That will be a 17. Hit.
That will also hit.
And damage wise, that's 10 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah, hold on. I may be lying to you.
How
11
dare you.
points of damage. 11
11?
points for damage.
All right. Perfect. All right, cool. Anything else, Lachlan? You've got more movement if you want. Otherwise, we'll move on.
Move on.
All right, so he is going to retaliate against you and take a shot. I'll use an advantage. Oh. I only have one advantage left, so don't worry. But I did roll a 19 on the die plus 5, 24 to hit you with the great axe. I take no pleasure in this, Bleak.
Mm-hmm.
That is only 4 slashing damage this time.
Oof.
Barely even hits you.
Oof.
Let's see.
That smelled bad. I'm going to use my reaction on him.
Okay. Ooh, good call.
And unleash lightning for daring to
Very smart.
touch me. So go ahead and make Dex saving throw DC 13.
I rolled a natural 20.
Okay, so you only take half the damage.
Oh, thanks for the donation. Let's see. Appreciate
So it's 10
you.
points, so it'll be 5 points of damage. Lightning.
All right. 5 points. All right, very nice.
5 points of that electrical damage.
All right, so that brings us to their turn. And I'm going to see if they're willing to hang out after seeing that display. Because that's some crazy god stuff coming down. Yeah, they're not having that. These two guys are going to run. They're going to turn and run away. Disappearing behind the fog cloud. Hey, thanks for the raid, you guys. Appreciate you for raiding in. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons here in the world of Greyhawk, and we're raising money for No Kid Hungry, which is an awesome organization. If you want to learn more and make a donation, there's a link in the chat for you. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. So those guys are taking off. The one who just got blasted, yeah, he is not that smart. He's going to try to take a swing at you, Lachlan. I feel like he just took a swing at you, though. But it is their turn, isn't it?
Me. I mean, you're the GM, but...
You just took your turn. Oh, no, you're right. That was a reaction. So that was your turn. That was their turn. He attacked. So now it's Nori's turn. There we go.
Okay, I will step up and see if I can finish the job. Swinging with the longsword again on the stupid guy.
Yep.
Well, first time on the stupid guy, but... Oh, yeah, 24.
That will definitely hit Mr. Stupid.
Or 7 damage.
7 damage, all right. Okay. He seems to be almost like berserk at this point. He's bleeding, he's got cuts across him, but he's not going down. He seems like he's ready to take another swing. What do you want to do, Nori? Do you want to stay where you are?
Yeah, I do.
All right. That brings us to Desmond.
All right. Des will run up behind this guy, swoop in, and try to kill him.
I'm gonna yell out it just as a free action. Stop fucking hitting people with that goddamn dagger!
Do I have a choice? I'm going to as a free action, I'm gonna pull out my short sword and try to hit him with the short sword.
Okay. It'll be with disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay, that's 18 to hit.
All right, yeah, you hit him. You could tell that the dagger wants to, it's like kind of like pulling you in a direction, so you're a little off balance, but you're able to hit him with your sword as you draw it forth. What kind of damage do we got here?
So that's 10. 10 piercing.
10 piercing damage. All right. Okay, do you want to do any movement or anything, Des, or bonus action?
Yeah, bonus action disengage, and I'm gonna run over here by Spug.
All right, and it is Spug's turn.
Bug will firebolt that man in front of us. Oh, that was almost a nat 20, but then it turned into a 2, so 7.
7 will not hit, unfortunately.
It was a nat 20 for a split second, and then it wobbled.
All right.
And he's going to stay there, yes.
All right, Xanthi.
She's going to try to firebolt. That is a 17.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. For 1 fire damage.
Ooh, okay.
Death of 1,000 cuts.
Every little bit helps. This guy's getting whittled down, it seems like. All right. Do you want to move at all?
I'm good.
All right, Lachlan.
I'm going to bring my hammer behind him, and then I'm going to show my sword. I'm going to say, drop your fucking weapons, and you get to live. And then I'm going to hold my action, and if he makes an attack on myself or anybody, I will attack him.
All right, sounds good. That brings us to him. He is going to disengage and run.
I let him go.
That brings us to Nori. Do you guys want to chase him down? Nori?
Are we letting him go?
Yeah, let him go. We know where they came from.
I won't chase him.
All right. He runs off, and as he's running away, says, "You're gonna get what's coming to ya." And
sure,
disappears.
like you just gave us what was coming to us now. Yeah, fucking loser, get out of here. Go back to your wharf, you wharf rat.
He's just gonna get us later. Are you sure? Are you sure we should let him go?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the boss of you. Do what you want. I'm just saying.
Right. 2 other guys ran off already, so it's not like, we're preventing them from telling them what happened.
All right, let's get this dagger fixed. Ow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Nora,
go
you
through
look like you really got beat up during that fight.
Can Des sheath the dagger now?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Can I use another advantage?
Yeah, if you have them.
Right. Yeah,
if you have one, you can use it.
Oh my god. All right, not great. 12.
Desmond is just standing there in front of you guys, his eyes bloodshot red. He's got his longsword in one hand and the dagger in the other hand, and his hands are just shaking as he just looks at you guys, almost as if it would be akin to almost like a rage that you'd seen Norb be in. And perhaps you'll be able to talk our good boy down after the break, because we're going to take a break right now, and then we will come back and we will find out what the ramifications of this little snafu were. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Thanks for the raids. Really appreciate it. 20 sides to every story and Blue Box RPG. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do have our No Kid Hungry giveaway going. We are so darn close. We are at $2,035 and we're closing on our goal of $2,500. So thank you all, whoever has helped us with that. We really appreciate you, and hopefully we will hit that soon.
FRP made a donation for an inspiration for.
Hey, thank you for a random. Here we go. We'll figure that out right now. Inspiration for Nori. Nori has inspiration.
Yay.
Thank you very much, old
Thank you,
school.
old school.
Appreciate you very much. We will be back in just a short couple of minutes, and then we'll get back into the game. So thank you so much, you guys. Really appreciate it. I'm going to put the donation link in here for you. and we'll see you in a minute. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. We appreciate you all for being here. We are fundraising for No Kid Hungry. Of course, you know this because you've been hanging out with us for the last 2 weeks. But if you are able to provide a donation, we would appreciate it. And so would the kids. Even a $10 donation can provide up to 100 meals for hungry kids. So it is a very awesome organization. This is our 3rd year doing this fundraiser. We've got a team of streamers, a team of channels, and an awesome collection of players who have been playing games and helping to promote this thing. So there's a link in the chat, and we hope that you will check it out. And if nothing else, if you can't do a donation, just help spread the word and hang out with us and have a good time. And we appreciate you being here. So thank you very much. So as we get back into the game, my friends, we have been jumped by a band of thugs in the marsh along a road, which for some reason nobody told you that there was an actual pathway through this place. You have maybe lost your direction, perhaps. It is quite foggy and dank and deplorable out here in the Glazvolk Marsh. So it's possible that you got turned around and missed the pathway. However,
well, these guys were waiting for us, so I'm kind of thinking the two.
They've been following you, probably, is what it is. And now, my friends, you are standing there, looking upon Desmond, who is almost in a, like I mentioned, sort of like a berserker rage kind of vibe that he's giving off, as he's just kind of sitting there shaking, looking at the 4 of you. Nori, you still are sort of nursing that wound that he gave you, but you did luckily have a healing potion at hand. So I'll hand it back to you guys to sort it all out.
Des? Are you okay?
Nari, are you okay? I'm so
okay.
sorry.
I saw you last night with it and your inability to be under control with it. So I understand, but if you don't mind, I don't want to fight next to you until we get rid of that thing.
Des is just going to drop to his knees.
You have it in you to put it away, man.
Can Des put it away?
Give me a wisdom saving throw. Hey, thanks for the donation. Appreciate you. We've got a couple of different streams going on too, so that's fun to see that some of Phoenix's donations are happening.
Okay, that is 19. No, 21.
It takes everything that you have, but you are able to, as your hand is shaking, slide it back into the sheath. And you feel a sense of relief as your hand lets go of the hilt.
That's not good, is it?
I couldn't control it. When it gets around people, it's what it wants. It wants humans.
Like specifically humans?
It didn't do that with the goblins.
Well, it seems to want gnomes too.
I guess.
Don't we all?
Oh,
Humanoids. Human,
have
is
to
that what they say? I don't know.
human-like, human
Human-like.
adjacent.
Jason.
It wants
better-
things
that's
that are
better.
not inherently evil. That's what it hungers after. So I don't know if you still need to be convinced that it's a bad thing and you shouldn't use it, but
I just ran in to help and it was there. It was there already. It's in my hand.
yeah.
I really hope Mona can help us. Oh, so who's injured right now?
I'm looking like I'm about to die, to be honest.
Spug's not
okay.
looking good either, is he?
Yeah,
All right.
Spug's not too bad. Spug's actually got more hit points than I do now.
Dez is
Uh,
injured, but he's still above half, I guess.
Same with Nori.
All right, Spug, come here, and I'll do a twin spell heal with Lachlan and Spug. Cure wounds, first level. That is 7 points of healing each.
Nice.
Ooh. You've more than doubled my hit points.
Should we take a rest here?
No. Because if they
Yeah.
got friends nearby, they're going to be back on top of us in no time.
Which way is it?
Nori would like to look around for stones, since there's a road over here.
Yeah, you don't see any stones. You see a path in front of you that leads off to like the northeast area, roughly. And it also leads back to the kind of the southwest. And these are the two directions where these individuals came. They kind of try to sandwich you in a little bit as you came across that side. There is also like a broken bridge that just sort of like hangs in the water to the north, directly across from where it's kind of a crossroads, or used to be a crossroads in the marsh, perhaps an old trade route maybe, or smuggling route.
All right. I don't know. Maybe we should go back to the cemetery and look for those standing stones again.
I want to go through our assailants' pockets and stuff. Mostly I'm looking to see if there's any note or message or map or anything that they've been given to ambush us, but while I'm there, I'll look at whatever they have.
All right, yeah, you find their weapons. So there's a couple of scimitars, a great axe, and there's a assorted coinage amounting to about 5 gold pieces of various coins. But they don't have any notes or literature of any kind.
I would have expected one of them to be a literature-minded thug.
I'll put the scimitar in the bag of holding, but great axe seems like too much.
Yeah, no, I take the great axe and I throw it in the water. Same thing with the bodies, I guess. When I throw them in the water, we're not gonna just leave them on the road.
Yeah, you roll the bodies into the water, Lachlan, and as the bodies splash down in the water, you see these tendrils kind of come up and wrap around and pull them down into the water, and they disappear.
You're welcome.
Yes, well, all right. There was a time where you could take that dagger and put it in the bag. Can you still do that?
Which bag? My bag? My bag?
I don't remember if we put it in Xanthi's bag or not, but at
Can
least
No,
we
he
put it
put
in
it in
somebody
his-
else's bag?
I mean, can you put it in the bag of holding? I think bags of holding are special. It might help. Do you want to try?
It might fight it.
Remember, your haversack only has a certain amount of capacity, and you have a lot of pastries inside of it right now. It's not a bag of holding. It's a handy haversack, but it does have limitations. That said, you could probably get a dagger in there.
I thought everyone was being a little heavy-handed with trying to get your dagger away from you before, but I have to join them now. You can't have it on your person. We have to try. I'm sorry.
Xanthia'll hold out the bag, open
Right.
in front of Des. All right, try. Just drop it.
If something happens, will you take it back out of? Will you let me take it back out?
Like, what would be the circumstance we would let you do that?
Like the rest of us are all dead and you're the only one left alive.
I don't know. I start bleeding out of my eyes and nose and ears and
Yes, if you start bleeding out of every orifice, we'll let you take it back. All right.
And we'll check every orifice too, just to make sure. Right, guys?
Every-
bet you would, Spug. All right. Here we go. And Des will try to put the
Drop it
dagger
into the bag.
Into the bag.
Just let go. Let go of the dagger.
Can I put it in?
You can
there?
do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
You drop
All
it
right,
into the
cool.
haversack amongst the pastries.
And Xanthia will close it up. Do you feel any different?
Des will just back up like 10 feet.
Oh, the pastries don't stab us
think-
now.
I think it's all right.
Evil pastries.
Nori's gonna get up in your face and look in your ears and up your nose, if you let her.
It's fine.
Is he
Your
bleeding?
ears are very hairy.
It's not hurting
Oh, that-
anyway.
That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah. Grandpas get hairy ears.
All right, I'm only 40,
Well,
I think.
okay.
I don't know how old I am actually.
Yeah, you're just starting to go gray.
I don't see any blood.
So
This is good.
Roll a perception check, Nori, since you're kind of looking
Okay.
about.
15.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, you're looking at him. He's not bleeding. You can't see any blood, and you kind of step away, and you just kind of happen to look down, and you can see that next to his boot, there is a small wet spot of fresh red crimson blood.
Nobody was fighting here, though, right? Are we out of the battle zone?
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't make sense for it to be one of the assailants that are
Sure.
laying in a pile over there. Or actually, you rolled them all into the water.
Let me look again. Can I just look again? Just something's not right here.
Didn't it do that in the room too? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, it did.
What's that
How do you
mean?
feel?
Where is
Ben?
it coming
Are
from?
you wounded?
Yeah, it's not coming from Des, right?
You don't. When you look him over, he doesn't appear to be any more injured. I mean, you did take a bolt, I'm pretty sure, to the chest. So you had a bolt in your shoulder. Did you take any other damage?
No, that was it. There's
Yeah.
that one crossbow hit.
Yep. Could be his.
Could be from my gaping wound that
You're bleeding all over the place.
my friendly fire. I'm gonna reach down and taste it. The drop.
The blood?
Whose blood is it?
Blood puddle.
Just to make sure that it's blood. I like to know stuff.
Don't we have? We need to check our consent and gaming forms here. Are we,
oh, man.
we're going dark. All right, Nori. It tastes strangely like blood. Irony.
It's blood. Yep, it's blood. I just needed to make sure, but it's good to
I don't think that's safe.
check
Every
everything.
day you get fucking weirder.
Oh, I don't think that's
Gnome's
safe to
got a
be.
gnome.
if
Yeah, but
Is that a gnome
tasting
thing or
random
something?
blood splotches. I mean, you do you.
All right,
We
he's
have
not
some-
bleeding.
It's
Okay.
kind of badass, actually.
What general direction was this witch's hut supposed to be? Like generally northeast, generally southeast, generally northwest?
Well, we were going north.
Let's keep going north.
I think that's across this other rickety bridge.
All right, well, Let's hope this one doesn't summon brigands when you cross it.
Okay, and everyone keep an eye on Des to see if he's randomly bleeding.
Well, I
Or
am
stabbing.
bleeding.
I will notice the stabbing.
That didn't feel so
I hope
random,
so.
by the way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys
I
get to
will,
the bridge heading north. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Bleak.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna keep an eye on Dez as we move on.
Yeah. Give me a perception check every once in a while. Yeah, you guys head north, you follow the path, you get to the bridge. It's not as bad as the other bridge, and you're able to scamper across it without falling into the water. You can see, though, now that you saw those tendrils that came up and grabbed those bodies and pulled them underneath the surface of the water, you're probably paying a little bit more attention to the water. And as you cross the bridge, you can look down and you can see that there's a little bit of like subsurface movement of something. Maybe roots, or maybe it's an animal. It's hard to tell what it is. Something unnatural, most likely. But you can tell that it's there, and so you get across without any problem. This bridge happens to be a little bit better, and you head north, and the fog is getting thicker, and it's getting harder and harder to see. I need everybody to make a survival check to essentially find your way through this strange, unnatural fog that has set in.
I will use one of my inspirations.
All right.
Do I feel that using the light spell would help, or?
Not really. It's kind of like when you turn on your high beam when you're driving down the road in the fog, and it's just like even more fog in your face. It makes it harder to see. Might not help you.
Survival, that was?
Yeah.
10.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
9 with advantage.
Wow.
16.
Guys, this
Oh,
is
it's so
great.
bad.
So a 9. What did you roll, Des?
A 10.
All right. Xanthi, give me a D6 roll.
Or I'm sorry, I can't remember what it was now.
That's
I think
right.
It was a 10.
Yep, give me a D6
3.
roll. 3. All right, so you guys continue on for what seems like hours, just trudging through the miasma of this sort of murky, like almost decayed smelling landscape. The marsh itself is covered in a heavy fog, and it's just like decay and mildew everywhere, creeping across this sort of almost like a labyrinthine maze as you're trying to find the path, and you're on the path for a while, you're off the path for a while, and you feel as though you're getting deeper and deeper into this marsh, and you're not finding what you're looking for. You see these sickly stands of gnarled, almost skeleton-like trees that kind of appear in the mist as you get closer. At first, they kind of startle you, but then you start to realize that these are dead trees that are still standing. Their branches are kind of reaching out. There are stones in some areas that are slick with slime, and you kind of slip on them. If you step on them, it's kind of treacherous going in a lot of respects, but you feel like you are full-blown lost. You don't know what time of day it is. It's really like your senses are completely off given the darkness of the fog that is blanketing the landscape.
Do I feel like if I could fly, I could see above the fog? Like it would give us some kind of visual, or is just blanket thick, there's no getting above this? Or if we got above it, that we wouldn't see anything because it's just soup.
I mean, Xanthi's pretty smart. I think she would realize that, like, unless she could get somewhere beyond the fog, and you don't really know how long that potion of flying lasts either. There's that sort of like question there. You could try it, but you get the sense that even if you got above the fog, you're not going to be able to see anything on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. But it does seem like the day is getting late, and you guys are lost.
Do you think we should go back? Go back to the graveyard and look again?
As far as we know, we are going back.
Yeah, we don't know where we are. We don't know, like, we can't find anything.
There's nothing to do but to keep moving. I mean, we could be heading right back to the graveyard as we speak. We could be 20 feet away from it.
Do you see
What
those
if we
crow
just-
friends anymore? Maybe we could make another plea.
They didn't. They did not really help us last time. I don't think.
Xanthiel
I'll
yell
try
out,
it, though.
"We have more muffins!"
I'll pull out the bird whistle. See what I can get.
Xanthiel pull out another muffin and just hold it up.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to elicit a response. It smells pretty good, though.
Oh man, this smells so good. Who else is hungry? We could all just like eat some of this bread.
No, you can't eat all the muffins right now. We need those.
We could each just eat one, though.
I mean, there's
So many in here.
So delicious.
This is how it begins. Eventually, all the muffins are gone. And then what do? We're lost out here in the middle of the Glazvolk Marsh. We don't know where we are.
Well, first you eat the youngest one because he's going to be the most tender.
Wait, he looks
Oh,
around. I think he's talking about you, Xanthi.
Oh, good. I'm so tasty.
It's true.
Are we
He
getting
just-
delirious from hunger?
Slug Noir just kind of like puts his arm around you, Xanthi, and he's kind of like shaking a little bit. I'm so scared.
I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know.
know,
What
I
to
guess-
do.
I guess we could just keep on moving, right?
We don't have a choice. That's the only thing we can do. Like,
This way.
we can stop if you want, but one direction's as good as the next one at this point. We just gotta keep on going.
So we can't see a trail at all anymore?
No, you guys have lost the trail with those rolls. You basically are like, you can see maybe 20 to 30 feet in all directions. Otherwise, it's obscured by this dense fog. You don't know what time of day it is, but you know you're tired.
Nori's
Very
gonna
cute.
put a big mark on the ground in the mud. A big X with a stick if she can find one.
Yeah, you
And
totally
then just
can.
start dragging the stick as we walk as hard as she can to mark where we've been.
Oh, that's smart. That's really smart. I'm going to help. And Spug gets a stick too, and he's doing the same thing.
Okay. More
Can we
marks, the
tell,
better.
Like what direction the sun is?
I don't think it's in any direction.
Okay, I heard about this. Like some by the position of moss, we could find out what direction is north. But I don't remember if it's what side it's supposed to be on.
I'm not really that proficient in sort of like nature-based stuff. More of a city guy. So I don't know. We should have hired a ranger.
Would I know? I mean, could I help in this? I'm proficient in nature.
Roll nature check.
Okay. I mean,
You should have led with that.
it's not great. 13.
13. All right, you're trying to figure out which way is north, basically, based on the growth of the moss.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a sense that you're heading in a northerly direction. You're like, okay, there's some trees here. The trees have moss growing on the north side. Very smart deduction. You're able to identify like that's north. So do we keep going north?
I have no idea how far north we've already gone.
Well, we could keep going north and at least we know we're going in the one direction. And then if we need to turn around and go the other direction, we'll just go south.
Well, no, what's going to happen is try to keep north, but when we decide to leave, we're going to go west and eventually we'll hit the river.
Oh, that's true.
And then we can, in fact, we should The only reason I'm not suggesting it now is because I don't think that the marshland is in the northwest, which is where the river is going. But if we want to go back to the town, that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk west until we hit the river, then walk back south.
We're saved. I mean, that's great thinking, Lachlan.
Well, we ain't at safe harbor yet. We still got to try and find this.
So we keep heading north then, right?
Yeah, so I'm going to say let's keep heading north until we feel too tired to go on. Then we'll just sit down wherever we are and light a fire and take some rest and then head west.
All right. The 5 of you continue going north to the best of your ability. At some points, Nora, you kind of find a tree and you try to evaluate, and you're like, oh shit, we're going east. And so you reevaluate and you continue north as best you can. And then you're like, oh, we're going, you're adjusting your course based on the moss growing on the trees itself. But it does start to get dark. Darkness starts to close in on you, and you can hear the buzzing of insects that are sort of like hatching out of the water, the pools of water, and they start buzzing around and like biting you. There's flies and mosquitoes that are coming in. It's not good, and it's getting dark.
Yeah,
you get the sense it's like the end of the day.
Let's try to find a place that's got a little bit of shelter, like near trees or something, if there's such a thing.
Yeah, maybe somewhere as dry as possible.
Yeah. Or even if there's like, a couple of trees together or something.
You can find a small grouping of trees after, an hour or so of looking about. Usually they're very small, stunted, dead trees in the water, but you find a small sort of high spot in the marsh where you can at least be out of the water while you sit. Maybe even find some relatively dry branches to burn.
Right. So let's do that.
We still had tents.
We had tents, we'd be attacked by gnolls. Let's make some coffee and some food. Light a bit of a fire. Nothing too major, but a little bit of a fire.
Xanthi pulls out the carafe of coffee and just spins it. Coffee's made.
Nori watched you this time.
But that's literally the only
best
reason
magic
I'm still
item.
adventuring is because we have that.
That's such a great item.
Never as a random magical item been so awesome. Yeah, and then, well, my feeling is if we feel reasonably secure, let's get some rest here, and then in the morning, well, we're just gonna head due west and try to hit the river. That's my suggestion. I don't know what you guys feel like.
So if we go west tomorrow morning and go back along the river and back to town, we're gonna try it again, right? We're gonna get better directions.
That's the thing. It's like we've come this far. If we go back, we just have to start over.
Maybe we can get somebody that knows more about.
Well,
we could hire a ranger.
If we follow the river back to the village, then we can walk out the same path to the graveyard, and at the graveyard we can look for those standing stones again. We went on this weird goat path, like down the swamp.
Yeah, but my fear is this, right?
Had bridges.
The only people who knew where we were going was those 2 rash ladies. And then those guys were waiting for us in ambush. So someone had to tell them where we were going so that they could, like, ambush us.
I mean, or they followed us.
But if they followed us, they wouldn't have been set up in ambush ahead of us.
Oh, so you think we might be going the right way? Or we
if
were
going
at
the
least.
Right way. I'm saying that if we go back to town, we're not going to be able to dilly-dally around there because it's clear that there's people out to get us there.
Well, I don't think we should dilly-dally. I'm just saying that, like, we would at least know where we were on the map, and then we could retrace our steps.
And we'd probably just get
lost
ambushed again.
right now.
We're probably going to get ambushed again. If we go back to town, they're going to be like, hey, those fuckers are still here.
Well, we don't have to go into town. We could skirt around the outside of town and then go up the way to the graveyard.
Why do they want to kill us?
They said something about you've been asking too many questions. So it's the same guys that warned
Me?
Des not to ask questions the other day.
I just asked for.
I think
Alright.
it had something to do with Chiral. When we asked about Chiral.
Yeah, well, like there's a lot of people in town that are like doing crimes. So they're very suspicious and they're not good people. Like they're, like these are the bandits, like Brock is somewhere and like these are the other bandits that like were murdering and stealing from people along the road, the Hamlet, like same organization.
Gideon and the boys seem pretty nice, though, right, Nori? Like on the up and
They
up.
were great. They were excellent. I think musicians, but also companions to just hang out with. But
Well, that's
they were
great.
just
We
a
got
small part of it.
troubadours, so if ever we want like someone to walk around and play our theme music as we travel around the country, then we got
Nice.
that sorted out.
Mhm.
My question is, why do you think that going back around and coming back to the graveyard would lead us in any other different direction? Why, whatever you want us to do when we come back to the graveyard, why didn't we do that in the first place? Is my question.
Desmond, while
Because-
this question is asked, you notice as you're all kind of standing there trying to decide what to do to make camp or not, you can see a faint light just kind of moving behind Lachlan as you're listening to Lachlan talk, and then you're about to turn to Xanthia as she's about to say something. You see this almost like a orb of light floating across the marsh. Faint.
What's that? See that light?
Sometimes there's little bugs with lights on them. I mean, it could be that.
Is it like a firefly?
You all look to see, and you see it for a minute, or not a minute, like a second, and it just disappears into the mist.
That's what they do.
Yeah, like an adorable firefly.
Or it might be a will-o-wisp.
So do we think that those guys followed us, or do we think that they asked the herb lady, and the
Well,
herb
they
lady
knew where we
told
were
them?
going. One way or the other, they knew where we were going because they ambushed us. To ambush
So-
someone, you got to know where they're going.
Right, but like we told the baker we were going out of town, and we told the herbalist we were going out of town, and like there's not a lot of gossip in town. They probably told everybody who came through.
But
I guess-
the thing is that if they told people we were going to the witch and they ambushed us there, it means that we were going in the right direction.
That's what I'm saying. Yes. We
Mhm.
should go back to that one spot.
We can't go back to that one spot.
They were just horribly lost. Well, so we can complain about it, or we can do what we can do.
You can leave
Tomorrow when we
a
go around, we
review.
could go back to that spot. That seems like that goat path might have been the right way to go.
Alright,
Xanthi,
well-
as Nori says that, you see behind her about 20 or 30 feet in the fog, an orb of light just floating, moving across the trees, and then it disappears into the fog again.
Xanthi is just gonna call out, "Hello? Are you like a friendly person with a lantern, or are you a monster who's going to come and like try to kill us while we try to sleep?"
You just hear your voice echo in a bit.
Monster.
Monster, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Or firefly. Light bug. I guess we have different names for it.
Dave, the
well,
light didn't look like a torch, right?
No, it looked like a floating orb.
Do we want our own light? I have my lantern.
Yeah, light the lantern. That's fine.
thought we had a fire going.
Yeah,
Or-
do we have
I
a
thought we
fire?
had a fire as well.
Oh, all right.
Should we maybe extinguish the fire?
No.
I don't think it's going to make a difference. If something's going to find us here, they're going to find us in here.
Yeah, we're
Well, with that
lost and we're
attitude-
trapped, and yeah, like let's just light a fire and
So
take
we're
them
gonna
on if they come.
Try to get some rest.
Did you guys kind of
Should-
hunker down around the small fire,
Yep,
trying to stay dry and try to get some rest for the night?
I think so.
Okay. I imagine that each of you takes a watch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. about that, I'm really sorry, but Des, you're not going to take a watch alone.
What are you talking about?
There's going to be someone awake
alone.
at all times.
I'll stay up
I
with
think
Des.
that's smart.
All right. I'm okay with that.
All right. When you get tired, wake somebody else up.
Okay.
I hope we can sleep.
You want to cuddle, Spug?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
would make me feel
immediately.
safe.
That was a joke.
Oh.
I mean, you'd be warmer.
So Xanthi and Desmond are taking the first watch, and then the rest of you are sort of spreading your watches across the rest of the night, I assume. During the first watch, the two of you notice that these orbs, multiple orbs of light, are floating just outside of the firelight of your small fire. So we're talking like they get probably within 15 feet of your campsite. You see first one and then two. And then there's a third that's farther out in the distance that you can just kind of see faintly every once in a while.
Well, there's a lot of them now.
Well,
They don't
you know,
seem to be doing anything, though, so maybe if we just don't bother them, they won't bother us, right?
right. We'll just keep an eye on them. And hopefully, you know, they're just, like, bored and not aggressive.
So you guys just kind of take note of them as you continue your watch, huddling by the fire for warmth. The rest of the watches, nothing strange happens. The orbs eventually sort of disappear back into the marsh. I do need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw to see if you are able to get some rest.
'21.
Dirty 20.
Very nice.
15.
Okay.
And a 15.
Very nice. So all of you benefit from a short rest as you are tossing and turning. Yeah, tossing and turning throughout the night. Unable to get a solid rest. You are agitated, lost, and it's uncomfortable, to say the least. The semblance of morning comes. I mean, you can kind of infer maybe that it's morning. There's a little bit more light, but the fog is thick still. And you're going to set out and try to make your way. Which direction are you going to try to go this time? You're going to try to head back towards the river. You're going to continue on trying to go north as best you can.
I think we should try to continue.
North? Since we're here already.
I'm totally lost. I don't know. I don't know if we're too far. I don't know if, you know, what direction we should go.
Well,
I think we
if
should.
your
go north, too.
intention is to head right back out as soon as we get back to town, you might as well just keep walking. I say we just go back to town, but if you want to keep going, then there's no use in spending another day going back and then coming back. So might as well just keep walking from where we are. We know we can find our way back by heading west and hitting that
Alright.
river anytime we want. So
Let's keep wandering the swamp. All right, let's go. We can do
Everybody
it.
give me a survival check.
There's got to be a smarter way of doing it, though. How much rope do we have? How much rope does everyone have?
I have a 50-foot rope.
I have 50. I am scraping the ground too, still.
Totally.
I rolled a 15 for survival.
Nice.
You have 50, I have 50. You have 50, it's 150 feet.
I rolled 12.
8.
Oh,
Can we? I was trying to get some done before we went and got lost.
What are you trying to do with the
We have
rope?
150 feet. Do we have any more rope?
I have rope, so another 50 feet.
All right. Well, one thing we can do is to be methodical a little bit. It's going to be slower, but it would be a little bit more methodical about how we search this place, which is to have a couple of people stay in one spot with one end of the rope, a couple of people go in at the other end with the other rope, and then we do a circular thing. And then once we've done that, the people that are at the center move, and then they come and do a circular thing. So that way we can kind of search the area around us without kind of getting...
Well, we're not really searching.
Well, because walking in a straight line, I don't think is going to get us, like... I think we need to be able to cover more ground. Anyways, it was just
I don't think we've been walking in a straight line. Seems like we've been on a meander.
Let's get lost again. Yeah, I got a 5.
God.
You guys, so bad. Give me a D6 roll, Lachlan.
5.
Mid-morning, roughly, as you are doing your best to chart a course, you hear this ominous, lamenting song, almost. A song that you just can't quite make out the words, but you can hear voices singing. To the east, maybe? It's hard to tell direction.
We can all hear it, or just Lachlan?
All of you can hear it.
What is that now?
No,
the hell's
singing
going
in
on
the
out
woods
here?
is probably something that's gonna kill us.
I think we should go to it.
All right.
Really?
Yep. It's better
mean,
than
it-
being lost forever.
It's something. It's something for us to go to, and honestly, if it's some woman that does things with curses, I mean, maybe she does weird singing too. She's probably a pretty weird lady. I'd
Spoke,
say
have
let's
you
go
ever
to
heard
her.
any- have you ever heard anything about singing in the swamp?
I mean, not really.
Doesn't seem like something I want to walk towards.
It's not happy singing, that's for sure.
Can you hear what they're saying?
Nope. Let's go.
Did we hear what they say?
Not really, but if you're going to go towards them, you might be able to pick something out. So if you guys decide that that's what your plan is.
Got nothing better to do.
All right, let's go towards them.
All right. So you start to track as best you can towards the source of the song, this sad lament. And at points in the song, if you stop for a minute, you almost feel like maybe you heard your name.
Yeah, this is definitely evil.
Not right.
All right. So which way was west? Like for the river? Let's just see if we can go to the river, because then we know where we can find the starting point again. Or we can do this all again tomorrow.
You don't think this might be her?
No, I think it's probably ghosts.
Oh, ghosts? I don't want to see any ghosts.
I don't want any ghosts to talk to me either. Let's
We've had enough
I'll
ghosts.
figure out if I can which way is west from the more moss.
What was your survival check earlier again? Was it 15?
Mine was 15.
I know that Nori and Des had the higher of the two.
Yeah, if that was the tie, it was the 15.
Okay. You think you could know west. You think. This is a very strange, disorienting place.
Let's just keep moving. This way. Tess will just start tromping off through the swamp.
All right, Xanthi will boldly follow after him.
Oh, okay. So does Spug. Desmond leading the way. Nori, I'm assuming you and our dwarf probably follow along?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Desmond, you are kind of tromping through the bog, and the singing fades away. But you could have sworn that you heard something. Some of the lyric was your name and maybe part of, like, your story. As you walk away from it, feeling very uncertain. You get to a point, probably middle of the day, hard to tell. The fog begins to part slightly. It starts to recede just ever so gently. You start to notice it, though. It's noticeable. And you continue forward, and you stop for a moment, and you look forward, and you're just able to make out, as the fog begins to part, something up ahead in the mists. Not a tree. It's more angular and linear. It may be a structure of some kind.
God, did all we need to do is give up?
What is that? Is that it?
Maybe. Let's go forward. Let's see what it is.
Right, Des will keep moving forward, just kind of carefully, though.
Yeah, you start to make your way a little bit farther, and you can see that emerging from the mist is this dilapidated hovel perched on what appears to be maybe a small island in this stagnant pool of water. Wooden beams sagging. It looks like it's ready to fall apart. There's moss and vines growing all across it. Almost as if you could have walked right past it and missed it.
Well, it's a house. It's sort of. I guess
This
we
could be it.
go and see if anyone's home, right?
Right. Okay.
Now everybody be real nice, all right?
Best behavior. You know,
Okay.
Xanthi will prestidigitate herself to try to clean herself up. Okay. And she'll walk forward to try to
Wait,
find
should
the
we
front
get the-
door.
Should we get the muffins out first?
Oh, I've got the muffins.
Okay.
And she'll go up and knock on the door. Hello? Is anyone home? She'll
As you before that happens, you're walking towards the house, and there's a wooden bridge that goes across, connecting to this island that you have to cross over. You can see the murky water below you is sort of reflecting this distorted image of yourself. As you look down, you see your reflection, and it doesn't seem to look like you. It looks like something sort of disfigured and unfamiliar. You can see as you look up away from that and you look up towards the building itself, the hovel's windows are cracked and stained and cloudy. There's this faint, sickly glow that's casting shadows. And there are all these objects that are sort of placed haphazardly about what you could maybe associate as a yard in front of this hovel. There's like what appears to be maybe an old garden that's long been overgrown by the marsh. You can see in the dead trees, there's bones dangling from twisted branches. There are jars, cloudy jars filled with strange liquids placed about the pathway. Tangled herbs and roots, and there are some drying racks on what looks to be a porch. As you step onto the first step leading up to the porch, it creaks underneath your foot. And you make your way up and you knock on the door.
Hello? Is anybody home? I'm looking for Mona Blackwood.
You pause for a moment and listen for a response. And it seems like a long time before you get the response. And then you hear this old voice, feminine but sort of raspy. We're not accepting any visitors. Come back some other day.
Oh, Xanthi pulls out the big basket of goodies. And she goes, well, really, I'm not just a visitor. I'm a friend you haven't met yet.
We brought you a gift.
A gift?
We brought a bunch of, delicious baked goods from town. They were fresh, but then they got lost, so, they are day old. Sorry.
We're just hoping to talk to you.
Talk? You wish to talk with old Mona Blackwood, do you? And the door opens.
Yes. We're very sorry to intrude.
You see this small, stooped woman emerge from the shadows. Obviously, she didn't open the door because she's way back inside the cabin, and she walks up. Deeply lined features, stringy gray hair, piercing green eyes. She's got what appear to be torn and tattered robes. You have gifts for old Mona, do you? We'll place them on the stoop.
Oh,
And she points with this long finger, nails broken. Right there.
Okay. She'll put this giant basket of bread and muffins and what have you on the stoop.
I'll put out the spices.
She snatches up the spice bag right away and puts it into behind her apron that she's wearing. She opens up the sack a little bit more to look inside. Oh, it smells delicious. And she reaches in with this big clawed hand and takes out one of the muffins and just... It is delicious. Well, you come to ask Mona for a favor, is what I think. No one visits old Mona unless they need something. Old Mona doesn't see anyone for a long time until they need something. And then they come to old Mona to ask for this.
Well, it's just the state of things these days, we're sort of the same way. No one really wants to see us until there's a knoll problem or something, and then they're knocking at our door and they're like, hey, we got a knoll problem. But when there's no knolls, they don't come and see us. So I feel you. I know how you feel.
And honestly, we just
it.
found out you were here, so, and this is the first time that we've met. So, we haven't not come to see you when we haven't needed a problem because we just found out that you were here.
And who told you where old Mona could be found?
Oh, everybody knows about Mona. You're really famous for being, very smart and capable. Like they said that you were very, like, knowledgeable and had all of the good supplies and stuff. So that's why we
Keep
came.
buttering me up. I like it.
That's why we came to see you, because we could really use some advice, if nothing else.
She's licking her dirty fingers.
My friend here, and she'll like grab Des and like push him forward. Says, he's got a couple of problems, and we're really worried about him.
Ah, a bit of a thorn in your side. Old Mona is only found when old Mona wishes to be found. You have spent quite some time looking for me. Tell me what, besides
That's
these wonderful gifts, what do you ask of old Mona, Desmond?
She knew your name.
More than that.
Old Mona knows much.
Well, thank you for speaking with us.
Yes.
Well, I've been cursed
I can see.
twice. Twice cursed.
You have been a naughty boy.
I'm not so sure that it was my fault, but yeah, I mean,
One of them was my fault, and I feel really bad about it. I didn't know that the dagger was cursed.
You should feel bad.
I
You
had a
should
run-in
feel
with
terrible.
a ghost, and then we found a dagger in that ghost's house, and we started using it for what we thought,
A dagger.
a dagger.
Hmm.
And to be honest, the dagger it's become a bad thing.
Troublesome.
Do you want to see it? I like not touch it. I don't know. Like, I've got it in this bag. I can take
Desmond,
it out.
grab
Right.
your thorn and come inside.
Okay. And
The rest
Xanthi'll
of you
hold out
will
the
wait
bag.
here while we discuss this curse. And she
Xanthi'll
turns
hold
around and
up-
walks back into the hovel and disappears in the shadows.
Sandy will hold out the bag to Des so that he can reach in and grab his
I'll
cursed
pull-
dagger.
I'll pull the dagger out.
All
Right.
right.
I guess this is it. Do you have anybody have any advice?
Don't stab her.
I won't do that.
Stab her.
No.
Unless you have to stab her, then stab her.
No, I don't stab her.
If she attacks. Okay. Yes.
All right.
Things go south. Don't try to fight. Just try to get out of there so that we can help.
Yell really loud.
I'll be right here.
Right. All right. Des will grab the dagger and start walking into the house.
Desmond, you step up onto the stairs and walk inside, and you can smell just stale air. It definitely smells like really old lady. And it smells like body odor. It smells like mildew. It's like offensive. The minute you get in there, you're just kind of like, you get a little bit nauseous. Not only that, you feel the energy of the dagger like tangible in your hands, even though you're not gripping it like a weapon. You're just kind of holding it. You can feel the power of it almost pulsing as you enter into this dark space. As you come in, everybody watches as this door shuts behind Desmond as he disappears inside.
It's gonna be okay, right?
I think it's gonna be fine.
Right.
I'm not worried.
I'm worried about that over there. And you look out, and Spug Noir just like had been looking the other way for a moment and pointed out, and you see this small creature, one of them, then two of them, then three, a dozen of them, all sort of like not approaching you, but observing you. They are these fat, almost like they're all leg and abdomen. They have these short little arms and these heads that are sort of like set into their shoulders so that you can almost not tell that there's any distinction between their shoulders and their heads. And their skin is like peeled back in places as if they're sort of rotting. And they just kind of like, think of like undead Oompa Loompas is kind of what I'm thinking, but pale skin instead of orange. And they're just kind of like around the edges of the hovel, and they're just watching you. They're curious. They're like keeping an eye on you and looking at you. And you can see that there are others behind the building that have sort of circled around, and they're just all kind of like keeping an eye and watching.
Oh, man, the whole neighborhood's come out to say hi to us.
I think let's just pretend like they're not there.
Okay.
Desmond, inside the hovel, your eyes deceive you as you try to like adjust to the darkness, and then a candle is lit and another one. There's like 6 candles that are lit in this circle. And you see old Mona take a seat in this rocking chair and just. She says, "Tell me, Desmond Thorne, what is it that you think old Mona Blackwood can do for you, and what are you prepared to give in return?"
I'd like it if you could rid me of this dagger.
Show me the weapon.
He'll hold it out in front of him.
Oh, this is a problem for you indeed, Desmond. You wish to be rid of this curse. This curse that has compelled you to hurt your friend, yes. You could smell it on you when you first arrived. You are well on your way to corruption, something that I can appreciate. I will help you, Desmond. But you will leave the dagger with me when the curse is lifted. The dagger will be mine.
Do you know what it is? Have you seen it before?
So many questions for someone who is so desperate to be rid of it. I will help you, Desmond. But the dagger will be mine when we are finished. Agree to this. Go on your way and leave me be.
Is that the only price?
No, of course not. I will ask each of your friends to visit with me, one by one. Perhaps they too wish you to be rid of this curse and will offer to give me what I want in return for your deliverance. Do you think your friends will do this for you, Desmond Thorne?
I think that they would.
We shall see.
But I would not ask them to sacrifice too much for me.
You've heard my terms. You can only agree to what you can give. I will ask each of your friends for something, and should they give it to me, well, then I will help you. But the dagger will be mine when we're finished.
right. What would you ask of me?
Cover the dagger. Keep it with you. Once I have been given what I want from your companions, I will pull the curse from you like a disease. You shall shed that curse and be reborn. Bundle it now. Put it
Okay.
away.
He'll wrap it up. Stuff it into his bag.
You agree then? The terms of this.
If my friends are willing, yes, you can have the dagger if you remove the curse.
Yes. Very well. You may go. Send in the gnome.
Great. Des will turn around and go outside. All right, she says that she'll take the dagger, but she wants something from each one of you.
Oh,
And when she removes the curse, she wants to keep the dagger. If you're not willing to do this, it's okay. I can't ask you to do something like this for me.
Looking for money. I have like.
To be honest, I don't know what she wants. She wants the dagger. I mean,
well,
which kind of creeps me out a little bit.
No, but that's fine. The
Well,
dagger
it's
was somewhere
safer.
before you found it, so it doesn't
it's
matter.
safer for it to be with her than, like laying out for a small child to find or someone else like us.
And
So-
someone else had that thing before you did, so
Maybe she wants the rat tail that I got.
Oh, yeah, you should offer that to her.
I don't think it's cool, but I mean it would be worth it if that's what she might want. I'll offer it for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it can't hurt to talk, right?
No, we have to try this. You have to get rid of it.
Yeah, we just have to see what she has to say.
Right. But I understand
go?
if it's too great a sacrifice. If she asks for something you can't give. I just want you guys to know that.
It does.
Did she say
She
anyone
said
could
to-
go in? Did she want someone?
She said she wants to speak to Nori first.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready. I will go in. This is for us.
Could do it.
Thank you, Nori.
I hope this works. When I push open the I guess I knock.
Before your hand even touches the door, just opens, and you see the illumination of candles and the old woman sitting. Come in, Nori. Come in. She gestures with these big claws. Her fingers are way longer than they should be.
Nori
as
gulps.
You gulp and you enter in, and the rest of you watch as the door closes behind Nori. And Nori, you look up and you can see she just has this big, gap-toothed grin on her face. Her teeth are all brown and some of them broken. Welcome, Bibblespark. And that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's session. And we'll pick up next time as the party has some one-on-ones with old Mona Blackwood.
Makes sense that she wants to start with the gnome, right? You know, appetizer is always smaller than the main course.
The most flavorful of
That's right.
the things you can eat.
The real trick is to consume nori without the rest of you knowing, so that when you see nori next time, you think it's still her.
Right on.
Anyways, we shall see what happens next time. Thank you guys for playing, and thanks for everybody who's been hanging out with us in the chat and throwing donations. We are less than $500 away from our goal, you guys. That is pretty awesome. Thank you so much for being part of this fundraiser. And if you have the opportunity to click on the link and donate a couple bucks, please do. We appreciate you for being here and hanging out with us, you guys. It's very, very inspiring to see the generosity of this community and what they can do to help people out. It's pretty awesome. So thank you so much for that. We do have a giveaway tonight. We've got 3 people that have entered tonight's giveaway. So I have, if you guys want to get in on the giveaway, the chances are pretty good that you'll win. High stakes, but big rewards. We are giving away a copy of the Amazing Encounters and Places from our friends at CZRPG. They have been amazing supporters of our shenanigans for almost since the beginning of our streaming careers over here, and we really appreciate them. We hope that you have checked their stuff out and are interested in learning more about their stuff. I'm going to go ahead and post a link to their Patreon as well if you want to go check out all the good stuff that they provide through that venue as well. We're going to go ahead and raid also before we leave into somebody. I'm going to be looking for that as we go around the virtual tabletop here and do our outros. Please tell us again who you are, and if there's anything you want to promote that's coming up, please do. Let's start with Bleak Season.
Hey everybody, I'm Bleak Season, the Bleak Season on Twitter. Thursday, which is 2 days, my voice is going again. Andy and I will be doing the final Shadesong game, the grand finale of season 2 of Shadesong, on Thursday. And then on Friday, I'll be doing the Twisted Little Blade Runner one-shot that we're doing with some great folks playing with us, including DM Dave, of course, Darling Creepshow, Eric Mona, and Crombie. And we're going to be doing this sort of blowout special one-shot game of Blade Runner with some fancy twists in it to hopefully finish raising our goal, attaining our goal in fundraising. That's what is going on with me. Thank you very much for showing it, and thanks to everyone who donated. Appreciate it.
Hopefully you'll have a chance to rehab your voice. You've been at it, hitting it hard lately. So appreciate that. Yeah. You've been doing a great job of fundraising and running some great games in the process. Let's jump over to Ashley.
Hey everybody, I'm Ashley, Minnesota Muse 99 on Twitter. And you can find me here on Tuesdays for Heroes of Greyhawk. That's all I'm doing right now. And yeah.
Awesome. Shelly, thanks for being here, Shelly.
Thanks for having me. As mentioned, I'm Shelly, and you can find me on Twitter at RealFleaMonkey. I will be here again next week to talk to this weird old lady. On Wednesdays, I am at Tithalanos' channel playing some Pathfinder, and this Thursday, Final Shadesong. I'll be there too.
Oh, the big finale.
Yep. Pretty excited.
That's awesome. Thanks for playing, Shelly. Appreciate you. Andy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy, also known as Andy G3D here on Twitch and on our Discord server. Yeah, you can find me here every Tuesday night playing Dez, trying to get rid of his curses.
He's well on his way, it seems like.
Yeah, also helping out Bleak, producing Shadesong on Thursdays, and other games going forward. It'll be a lot of fun, so come check us out.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and give away this loot real quick, and then we're going to raid into our friends at the Wanderer's Haven, our partners in fundraising for No Kid Hungry, and they've been kicking some serious butt. So last chance to get in on the drawing here And this is for the amazing encounters and places. Ashley, if you wouldn't mind giving us the countdown, please.
All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here we go. The Flan Blackmore has won the giveaway.
Yay.
Is the Flan Blackmore here? I think Flan had to take off.
No, he's right there.
There he is.
Yay.
Ah, psych. Hey, congratulations, Tim. We'll get you your loot here after the stream is done. I thought Cardman was going to win. I really did. I don't know why.
Yeah, right.
I put
know,
my
right?
money on Cardman, but Flan Blackmore, congratulations. Great to see that you're still here. We're going to go ahead and start our raid, you guys. Thank you so much. We have 1 week left to raise just under $500 for No Kid Hungry. Thank you, everybody who's contributed. We appreciate you all, and we look forward to seeing you again on Thursday for Shade Song, and then Friday night, big Friday night, one shot with Bleak and some great folks. We're going to be playing some Blade Runner. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.